This is Boxing UK. Absolute pleasure to be joined by Lewis Ritson, local hero. How are you, mate?
I'm good, how are you?
Very, very well, matey. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Where do we start? It's a year since you were last in the ring, mate. How's it been?
Yeah, I think it might be a year nearly at the day, isn't it?
When
the 17th happened, so to be fair, I've now been out of the gym the full year. Just been training hard. Fano's been keeping me in check and keeping the weight off us, so we're just ready to go now, jumping.
I was just sort of talking to Tommy Ward there. When you're taking over in the gym, Lewis, because there's obviously been a few cancellations.
Yeah.
You can't train properly, can you? Because there's always that danger that you'll peak too soon. So how have you been making sure that hasn't happened?
See, we don't really believe in that. Well, me and Neil and Tommy, we didn't really believe in that. You know, just if you're eating right and you're drinking the amount that you should be drinking, you can train as hard as you want. You know, like obviously you kind of go too overboard. You know, like the only thing that we haven't been doing was the sparring really. But apart from that, we've just been training like we normally would. So because we weren't too sure whether we could have gotten on the garden, could have other bills, so we were just keeping in shape, ready for the phone call. So we've been full steam ahead really. So there'll be no excuses fitness wise when come fight night.
We can see. Were you close to getting on fight camp?
No, I don't think so. Like I think obviously when Eddie first came out and said it would be the first shows that were cancelled. Well, ours was one of the first that was cancelled, and we thought, we might get a little cheeky offer, you know, like, and we'd jump at it, but nothing come. But you know, we always had in mind that he would come back up in Newcastle, and 10 out of 10, he's come back up for, hasn't he? So, and he hasn't had to, so he's been true to his word. So fair play, happens in pairs.
You don't know I'm going to take that little bit tweet out and take a minute now, Lewis. October 17th.
Yeah.
With the news today, with the lockdown starting again up 8 tomorrow, is there any latest, any bang up to date news you can give us?
I couldn't tell you. Like, to be fair, when they had mentioned the show, I thought it was going to be in a studio anyway. Me, like I thought, I don't think even Matt Boris knows what he's doing at the minute, does he? Never mind everybody else. So. I think no fans, mate. Like I think no fans in behind closed doors.
But you'd like us to be there, though, wouldn't you, Lewis?
Well, of course, I'd like us to be there, Joe.
Just ready.
Sure, but any Boxing UK, we'll get them there, and we'll sort something out for my mate, yeah. But no. It's going to be a kick in the teeth because you know you've been to Newcastle, plenty of Newcastle shows yourself. The atmosphere's through the roof, so it'll be a bit different being in there. In the atmosphere, but it's something that we're going to do and just get on with it.
I was going to ask, because obviously the last 3 or 4 shows in the arena particularly, Lewis, it's been deafening. What do you reckon it'll be like walking out to nobody? Because you'll not be used to that for, I would say, at least 2 or 3 years now.
It's not the same, the ringing tune, but knowing the black and white army, no one will be singing it with the tune, so it'll be a bit strange, but we're fighting men, aren't we? You know, like, it's like if somebody come in the gym and say get outside, you're not going to say no. That's what just the type of lads we are. We'll go and get out. So fighting in an arena full of crowd or anybody, just got to get on with it, haven't you? Just the way it is, just life.
And it's Miguel Vazquez still,
which I was surprised. I thought might have been a different opponent. No, obviously it seems to be even worse over there than what it is over here. But you know they've kept the same opponent, so happy another step up for and ready to put on another good performance.
For those that don't know, ex-world champion, was world champion for a little while.
Yeah.
His last visit in the UK, a lot of people thought he beat Robbie Davies. What kind of fight you're expecting?
Expecting the same kind of fight that he brought for Hearn, really. Sort of like to bring it a little bit. You know, you can do a bit of everything. You can box, you can spoil, you can fight. So I think it just depends what Vasquez turns up for us to determine what we'll be like. You know, we'll just bring our A game and. We're more confident that'll be enough to beat him, so hopefully that happens.
Good man. And after that, because I was again just talking to Tommy, you've got yourself starting to be touted already on the brink of a world title shot.
Yeah.
If you beat Vasquez, how close do you think you are to do that?
I think quite close, you know, like I think we're still ranked quite high with the WBA, top 5 or something. Beat him, you stay there, and then you just. It always depends what the other champions are doing. I don't know who's got the WBA. Is it Josh Taylor, has it? Obviously, he's got his mandatory then. He's looking for the Ramirez and capital winner. So the belts are going to be tied up for a while, aren't they? So as long as I can beat Vasquez and stay in the big fights and get them obviously back up here, then I'm not really bothered. You know, if I need to wait between a couple of fights where big fights and prove to people that that's where I am, then I'll be happy.
Good man. Can I take you back to the Robbie Davies fight?
Of course you can, take us back. Yeah. Robbie be saying he's in my head, yeah, but there'll always be a bit bad when it comes to me and Robbie with this fight. So
that 12th round, mate.
Yes.
Even when this fight was announced and confirmed a couple of days ago, that 12th round's the one that gets put out to advertise this one.
Yes.
What was that like, mate? Because ringside it.
Do you know what it was? To be fair, I still had quite a lot in the tank, like the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th really, but with us not doing like, I done the 12 rounds with Patera, but I was weird. I'm not going to make excuses, better man won the night, but I didn't do it proper, where the first 6 I went out mad, had nothing left for the last 6, so that was half on my mind, to be fair. So I paced myself, but probably paced myself a little bit too much, and then the last I was still felt fit as a fiddle, so the bombs started flying in there. But to be fair to Robbie, he come back throwing his, didn't he? So he's a good kid, Robbie, to be fair. He's a bit of a melt still, like, but he's a good lad. He obviously he's in different gyms out at Ingles, and he's doing his thing and I'm doing my thing, and who knows, a couple of fights down the line could happen again. Possible
rematch?
No, it should be fair, right? Because I know I got a bit of stick when the Vasquez fight got made, but Robbie Davies rematch was never even mentioned. Aye. The Vasquez fight was the only one that got mentioned. Would you want to fight Vasquez next? Yes, you know, like, I certainly don't knock fights back, you know, like, and I've already just beat Robbie, so why would I sort of knock a rematch back? But if it happens, he gets a couple more wins, I get a couple more wins, you know, and we'll wait and see, and we can get a bit more money, you know, we'll get the melt flying over again, a couple of exchanges, and then who knows.
Can I chuck a couple of names at you?
Yeah.
The first one's the obvious one. Everyone and his dog said Josh Taylor. You've been up to spar with Josh, haven't you?
No, yeah, I've got a couple of good spars with Josh at 10 and 8. So, well, Josh is on his path now, you know, like, it's pointless me calling Josh out now because I've spoken to him, I was down there, you know, he's doing his thing now. He's going to obviously try and fight Ramirez Unify, then he's going to move up. So, there's no point even me calling him out because I'll not get the chance to fight him. So, but you know, like, obviously not telling sparring stories and out, but obviously it was a fight we would take, you know, like, it was a fight I would take before the sparring, so not like I've sparred him and thinking anything different, you know, like, would have took that before the sparring. So, well, he's on his path now and wish him the best. He's a nice lad, actually, to be fair. I didn't really know much of him, but being down there sporting him, he was spot on, to be fair. He was a good lad.
Good man. Lou DiBella, straight after the fight, said if it wasn't Josh Taylor, he would like to chuck Regis Prograis in with you.
Well, he's called me out a couple of times. I was getting loads of stick. I commented back saying I'll fight him any time, and I was getting loads of stick, and I thought, I haven't called him out, he's calling me out. Of course would fight him. I was asking Josh about him, you know what I mean? So I'll sort of half know what he's about, and we'd take that fight straight away, no problem at all. Like I said, we're fighting men, you know, we're not in here to hide away from people who want the best challenges and get them in Newcastle. Get him a cold north east, win that time preferably, so he's freezing his bollocks off, and we'll get him to the north east, and we'll have a bit of a tear at him.
That would be some fight, mate.
No, it would be. I could do St James's Park, that man, definitely. You know, or at least 30,000 at St James's Park. You know, I know I've seen something that he's trying to get out his contract with Louis DiBella, isn't he? That's something I was keeping an eye.
I think he's gone now, aye.
Is he gone? So I don't know who he's going to sign with. If he signs with Top Rank, that's a bit. Obviously, with me being with Matchroom and stuff, and fight with Matchroom probably be a bit hard to make because obviously he'll be trying to get with Top Rank, but if he doesn't, Eddie's already messaged me about that fight. You know, like when he first called us out, he said would he be up for it, and messaged him back saying, of course I would, get it on. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not shying away from anybody. Happy days. If it comes off, it comes off. You know what I mean? Be licking my lips for that.
I watch this space.
Watch this space.
Bloody hell, mate, aye. Couple of other fighters on the card. Can't talk to you without mentioning Tommy.
Yes.
He's really on the brink of a world title, isn't he?
No, yes, he is, and hopefully he gets a big fight on this Newcastle bill, and he just needs that big fight now. Tommy's been there for ages, hasn't he? And he's proven he's a world class boxer. So he needs that fight now where people are going to start truly believing he is world class, and then go on and fight for a world title, and he'll win.
In Savannah, world title fight in Newcastle.
Hannah Rankin's moving up £6 or something, isn't she though? No disrespect to Hannah Rankin, because she'll bring it and she'll be tough. She'll give should give obviously Shields a fight, well, a fight sort of thing, but I think Savannah's to lose that. I would be very, very surprised if she lost that, like, really surprised. I think Savannah's another one. It's obviously with her being with Hennessy most of her career, not many people have heard about her, but she can do middleweight, super middleweight, light heavy. You can't do that unless you can punch and you're a good fighter, man. You know, I shouldn't do any featherweight, so I'm expecting Savannah to win quite comfortably, to be fair.
Got an idea for Eddie off the top of my head, Lewis. You and Prograis, Savannah and Claressa.
Imagine.
That'll definitely do.
Imagine. Oh, I tell you what, two rights it would, but I hope, well, for boxing, I hope that Savannah and Shield fight comes off. As a boxing, you know, not just because it's from the North East, but as a boxing thingy, I know they've been at it a little bit on the Twitter, so be good to get a. When Tommy boxed in America, she was there because obviously she's silly and it was on Slater, and she was at the buffet quite a bit, stuffing her face. She was like that. She was like, oh, I was like, fuck that, look the size here. But no, that'll be a good fight, and it's another fight I would pick Savannah to win. The thing about Savannah, she punches very, very hard, doesn't she? And you see the most women fighters, they don't punch too hard, you know, right? But Savannah can, and that's going to be what's going to win her the fight.
No pressure, mate, but the women have stole the show at fight camp, you would argue, so...
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think we got the best fight with Eggert and Cheeseman first, didn't we? I think, and not, obviously people might take this wrong, because it's women, I think it's getting a little bit, not blown out of proportion, because there have been great fights, but we're just not used to that off women, do you know, like, I think everyone's went like mad, haven't they? But it's because we're getting the best women fighting the best women, like, that's the men need to take a leaf out their page, really, and they need to start fighting each other, like, so there were very good fights, but I think Eggert and Cheeseman was the one for me, and obviously the Whyte knockout, not because the fight was great, just because of the knockout, but the Harper Jonas was a great fight, and so was the Katie Taylor, and I can't even pronounce her name, so I had Pursuit winning, to be fair, but
do you know what, we put Pursuit by 2 rounds,
that's what
and there was a lot of grief coming back, and then you put it down, and I thought, thank God someone else agrees with us.
Somebody was giving me stick about that, and I had screenshotted about 10 or 15 different boxers and people who had said she won, and I was just going to just start hammering this blood, and I thought, that's a bit petty, I'm not about that, so I didn't bother, but nearly everybody did. That's twice now, but Katie Taylor has some fight as well, and she, you know, you can't, they're like top elite level them, like, but but the Harper and Jonas fight, that was a lot, because a lot of people thought Harper was going to walk through Jonas, and then I had Jonas just winning, just nicking, but our draw was a fair result, to be fair, like, so sounds daft me saying I thought Jonas winning the draw was a fair result, but it was that close, wasn't it, you know what I mean? So
when every round's close, mate, isn't it? It's when people scream robbery on a close fight, you think, oh, how?
Yes, I know, it's sometimes people are screaming robbery when people are winning by 1 round in that, man. It's crackers, but
can I ask you about Whyte Povetkin? What boxes in sight? You said about the knockout,
yes,
and the rematch has been announced already. Not that you've had it, but if you were knocked out as badly as it seemed Dillian Whyte was, do you think it's too early?
No, I don't, because to be fair, I thought Povetkin just looked an absolute shell of himself. I really did. Like, the 2 knockdowns, he didn't really get clipped. You know, like, if there were half shots put him down. If Dillian Whyte had actually hit him clean, I think he would have knocked him clean out. I think Povetkin's been a great fighter. I think he's been there and done it. Obviously, he's still very dangerous. What heavyweight isn't? Just takes one punch. Dave Allen, Nick Webb, for example, you know, like getting his lugs boxed off, bump. So, but I don't think it's too soon, mate. Like, I think it wasn't like. I think that's where people get mixed up a bit. Like, if Dillian Whyte got knocked about for 10 rounds and then knocked out, you'd go, whoa. But he was in cruise control, really, wasn't he? He was in cruise control for 4 rounds. Then one punch knocked him out. He didn't like get wobbled, then took 20 punches where you'd think, oh, he was 1 punch, 1 knockout. So like, and it happens that way, doesn't it? So to be fair, I think he's done the right thing, jumping straight in, mate. Because I think to fight he'll win. I think he'll win. I think he'll go for it this time instead of. Don't know what his tactics were last time. We sort of half clipped him twice, where the old Dillian would have probably rushed in and finished him off. This time he didn't, and obviously come back to bite him on the arse. that's just me. What do I know?
But no doubt Whyte wins the rematch in your opinion, mate.
Oh, I think he'll win, and I think he'll look good, didn't it, mate? Like, I think Povetkin just looked tiny compared to him, didn't he, mate? I know he was hitting him with a few body shots working, but they weren't even bothering, did he? Like, really, were they? And it was a beautiful shot, wasn't he? And he just timed perfect. And I know, like, a few of the analysts were saying lucky punch. That was no lucky punch. It was just timed perfection, wasn't it? And that's why he was hitting his heads on the floor.
We'll end with you, mate. October 17th, 4 weeks out. Just in case there's no fans and you haven't been massively visual on social media or interviews.
But you know, I'm never massively on social media and that, you know what I mean? Like,
just a message for the fans, mate, because we'll put this out and...
Yeah, well, obviously, it's hard to give them a message, innit, you know what I mean? But hopefully if it's up behind closed doors, the next one will be open and the crowd another chance for a good night for Newcastle and have the city bouncing, you know, like the whole city gets behind it, doesn't it? And tune that right on me. I know you're Evertonian over there. Give me a whoa.
I have to say though, I like the new top.
They're nice, aren't they? I've just said I'm going to get you someone large. They're nice, Eve too. So new ones. So got half my face on as well in case people didn't know. Got a mask on that side, so just
there you go, mate.
There you go. Happy days.
Absolute joy to be with you again, mate.
Good to see you. Happy. It was been good crack as always.
Look forward to October the 17th.
Yes.
Get the win over Vasquez.
Big fights, big nights coming. Hopefully.
Good man.
That's up Eddie. That though. If not just Eddie Vasquez dealt with, get them big fights coming, mate.
There you are. On that note, mate.
Happy days.
All the best, Lewis. You take care.
Yeah, you too.